Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Narzeti and friends. My name is Nurul Syaira binti Zainal Abidin. And our group is going to present the collations in negotiations. So, my group mate are Aisha Maria, Muhammad Nazirul, Nashatu Natasha, and also Leah Andreani. So, again, our topic is collations in negotiations. So, the learning objective for this topic, there are 4 learning objectives, which are to understand what is collations are and why they are important in negotiations. Next is to explore how collations form and develop and what makes them strong or weak. The next one is to consider how coalitions and their members make decisions about the negotiation issues. Last but not least is gain practical advice on how to build and maintain coalitions. So, first thing first, what is a coalition? So, according to Guo and Lim 2007 and also Merningen 1986, coalition was defined as a collection of 2 or more parties within a larger social setting who works together to pursue mutual desirable goals. So basically, coalition is how 2 or more parties negotiate. So we usually heard the term as rundingan pakatan rundingan. So it is rundingan secara kesepakatan. So this is how coalition is formed. So in this chapter, the main idea is how can negotiators cooperate with bargaining counterparts to create value for both sides and return win-win situations. So again, coalition involve 2 or more parties in a big social setting. So in order for this negotiation to occur, it must happen in a win-win situation. So how can a negotiator or maybe when we are doing business, how can a seller negotiate so that the buyer will have both seller, buyers, and also the other sellers are satisfied, so that it is a win-win situation, win-win negotiation. So what is a coalition? So basically there are 3 situations. So I just put it here 2 situations. So the first one is first come first serve. The next one is bid price at the same time. So when and the other one is when I'll explain it later. So the first come first serve. Okay, so the situation for first come first serve is when for example I have a handphone and I want to sell this handphone. So I will, like, I am as the seller, I will blast or promote my goods, right? So basically there will be 2 or more sellers. So for example, in this case there are 2 buyers want to buy my handphone. So the first party is seller A and seller 2. So buyer A and buyer 2. I am as the seller who practice the first come and first serve negotiation collation, I would like to okay, so if the buyer B come first to me, like that person texts to me first, I want to buy your handphone, so I will just I'll just sell this handphone to the buyer B without waiting for the buyer A. So the next one is the bid price at the same time. So the bid price is I'm still using this situation. I'm going to sell this phone. So there are two buyers come to me. So I have to wait. There are two buyers PM and personally text me, saying that they are interested with this handphone and they want to buy this handphone. So when this happen, when they say that they want to buy this handphone, so I will let that both party, like the buyer A and buyer B, to come with me and like we negotiate. So the buyer A and buyer B will like, okay, as the seller, I will say, okay, my price, I would like to let go this handphone for 300 ringgit, for example. So I will tell the condition, I will inform what is the spec and everything about the handphone, and how long has I been using this phone whatsoever. And then the buyer that interested with my phone, they will be like, okay, 300. So I would so maybe the buyer B will be like, okay, I will go for 290. So they bid. So for example, I state the price for 300, and the buyer A said that, okay, can I have for 350? So like the highest bidder for that price will become we will have this phone. So I will, as a seller, I will sell this phone to the bidder, to the buyer that bid at the reasonable and which satisfies my and also both buyers. So they will bid until one of the party will no longer bid. Like I'm give up with this. Okay, so another situation, I didn't put it in here because I would like to explain it verbally. So another situation is like, I want to sell this phone. So same, I still using the same example. So I want to sell this phone. So there are two parties came to me and like, I want to buy this phone. Okay, for example, the buyer A come first and then the buyer B come. So the buyer A doesn't have specific, like, okay, because he saw that I want to sell this phone, so he just think, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that phone, so he will just come to me. But the buyer B, when he come, I want to buy the phone. So when that it's happened, this collation happens between the both buyer, whereby one party would see that another party, the seller B, for example, the buyer A would see the buyer B like, okay, maybe he need this handphone much. So okay, maybe buyer A will told me, as a seller, will told me that, okay, seller, you can sell this phone to seller B. I don't think I will have it. I'm okay with it. So that's how negotiation for collation happens. So remember, there are three situations, and the example that I put in the slide is the example from the textbook. So the example, I guess the example using this analogy of selling this phone is much easier to understand. So I hope when you guys read read pula. Watch this video. You will understand that there are three situations, which is when first come first serve situation in collation happen where the seller don't wait for another buyer or another bidder to come. But in situation B, the highest or maybe okay, in this case, because I want to sell this phone and the buyer will bid for increase the bidding, right? So if for example like discount or something, maybe the price become lower. I mean maybe they offer the price, they negotiate the price. So the third situation is whereby still I'm using this example of selling this phone, whereby that person want to buy this phone, so I will just let him or her buy that phone. So you can see that it is a win-win situation in all the three situations. On for the three examples situation, yes. Okay, so this is how the collation happens. So normally remember it's happen when in terms of first come first serve, or maybe bid price at the same time, or maybe as I say, like he just gave it. It's not like he give up, but then he just I'm okay with it and I don't mind if I don't have it. So this is in terms of buying a handphone. So moving on to the types of collations, there are three types of collation, which are a potential collation is an emergent interest group. Next is an cooperating collation, is one that is currently operating, active and in place. Last but not least, a recurring collations is one that may have started as temporary but then determine that the issue or problem does not remain resolved. So again, I would like to highlight the key point for types of collations, which are they are divided into three types, which are potential collation, operating collations, and recurring collation. So when we talk about potential collation, a potential collation is an emergent interest group. So a latent collation is an so in potential collation it is divided into two, which are a latent collation and also a dominant collation. Next one is the second type is the operating collation. So when we talk about operating, it must be inactive and also in place. So an established collation is relatively stable and ongoing across an indefinite time span. So next one is temporary collation, operates for short time and is usually focused on a single issue or problem. The last types of collations is a recurring collation. So a recurring collation is one that may have started as temporary but then determined that the issue or problem does not remain resolved. So hence, the members need to remobilize themselves every time the presenting issue requires collective attention in the future. So I would like to conclude that there are three types of collation, which are potential collation, operating collation, and lastly, a recurring collation. So that's all from me, Nurul Syahira binti Zainal Abidin.